Nate Lundy, Shawn Drotar at 5280 Sports Network. Hope you're doing well. It is a Wednesday edition of the Morning Minute. A short week for the Broncos as they will take off today, head to San Diego, get ready for the Chargers tomorrow night. Meeting with the media, all those kinds of things yesterday. We can talk about Trevor Siemian all we want, but Shawn, you brought it up this morning on the radio show. There's two other guys you're a lot more interested in being on the field than just Trevor.
Absolutely. It's not that exciting, but Donald Stephenson, Virgil Green, your starting right tackle and tight end, respectively, they have been practicing this week. There's every indication that they're going to go in this game, and the Broncos need them desperately. When you look at their running game against the Panthers in the opening, they looked great. Against the Colts, looked pretty good until both of them suffered injuries and were out. Ever since then, the Broncos' running game has essentially vanished. It's been completely ineffective. Now you're dealing with an injured Trevor Siemian likely coming back. If not, or even during the course of the game, Paxton Lynch, inexperienced, their best friend is going to be the running game. Maybe now, with Stephenson and Green back in the fold, they'll be able to get it going again.
Yep, so as they go through these practices, we'll keep an eye on what the status is for these guys. We'll know a lot more today, and then obviously we'll get ready for the game tomorrow night down in San Diego. Again, the short week, then they get the long rest, which I think is good for any of the guys that have been injured, but we really want to see them on the field tomorrow night taking on a San Diego team that knows how to move the ball. Regardless of how good the Broncos defense is, we have seen them up against Atlanta that if a team can move the ball, you can move the ball against them in a certain game plan, and I think San Diego can cause some issues for the Broncos, especially on a short week. As we look around the rest of the sports scene in Denver, yesterday, an interesting move by the Rockies as they continue their search for the next manager.
Yeah, a very peculiar situation. The Rockies, of course, are moving away from Walt Weiss, moved away from a lot of their coaching staff. Yesterday announced that the pitching coach and bullpen coach and third base coach will be remaining. They announced that already. They don't have a new manager. Most of the time, teams have an opportunity when they hire a new manager or a new coach in any sport. They give the final word on their assistants to that new skipper. In this case, the Rockies have decided that the pitching and bullpen coaches, by the way, pitching and bullpen, generally the worst parts of the Rockies, they'll be staying regardless of whoever the manager is. It makes it hard to believe, Nate, that they're going to be able to reach outside the organization and give anybody some sort of autonomy. So if that's the case, why is there any belief that anything changes? Why not just keep Walt Weiss?
Yeah, this is the equivalent of a restaurant being under new ownership because your entrees are okay, but your desserts suck. And then telling the new restaurant owner that they can do whatever they want, but they have to keep the dessert chef. That's a problem. Let's not do it. I will say this, though. Despite all of that, despite wondering about injuries, despite what's going on with the Rockies managerial search, you cannot put me in a bad mood today because hockey is back, and I'm excited about that. The Avs will get to work on Saturday. We'll talk more about them as we get later on in the week on the Morning Minutes. For Shawn, I'm Nate. Check out all the videos at 5280sportsnetwork.com and milehighsports.com. We'll see you tomorrow.